Hello YouTube, it's me, and today I'm going to be doing a update video on my G36K. So, I purchased this rifle about 6 months ago, and I'm basically just going to do a video on how it's held up, what's broken, and everything that's still going fine, and long-term impression, or semi-long-term impression, would I buy it again. And to answer the question of would I buy it again, I would be hesitant. To be honest, contrary to what I might be saying in this video, I really did not care for this rifle performance-wise. At least stock. I'll get into that later. So basically, everything's held up fine. Like it will still shoot, like pretty much, with one exception. The hop-up chamber actually cracked on me. I've put about 20,000 rounds through this gun, and the hop-up chamber decided to give out, so I had to buy a new unit. The hop-up bucking also just dried out and crumbled, so I have to run a King Arm 60 degree. I would highly recommend that hop-up bucking if any of you guys have not tried that out yet. It's really good. And I have not really gone inside the gearbox except for replacing the bushings, which are plastic. They are 7mm though, so they probably last a good amount of time, but they're probably just something good you might want to replace. Now externally, everything is holding up fine. However, what worries me though is there is a seam developing on the stock here, which does kind of worry me. I don't know if the stock will split, but I hope not. I mean, stocks are only about $25, not a huge loss, but anyway, I guess it's just something to point out. The mag is wobbling extremely a lot now, so I think it's just being, like, after being, like, broken in and everything, it's just kind of wearing out too fast. Also, the charging handle, it's not positive anymore as it used to be. Everything else, really, to be honest, is holding up fine. Oh, another thing, the wiring is, like, I've hardly done anything with this, and the wiring's already, like, starting to, the heat shrink on it is beginning to peel off. So I was planning on buying a new wiring harness anyway, but just the fact I have to is kind of unfortunate. I'll find the pin in a little bit. But so, anyway, inside the gearbox, everything's fine. I just opened this up, and the piston is has plenty more miles on it to go. And overall, everything's holding up pretty nicely. Now, the reason I'm not really going to buy this gun again, or like I wouldn't, is because it's just, like, basically the way I look at it is you can get much better performance with the G&G combat machine. Now, this could just be a lemon, but you could get better performance with a G&G combat machine or an SRC M16. Those are, like, both the same price range as this. Now, I mean, there are a lot of cool features that this has that those don't, like, in G36s in particular, as with the scope, and more magazine capacity, at least for high caps. But other than that, there aren't too many advantages to running this particular rifle. I mean, sure, it's a good intermediate beginner gun. However, it pretty much needs upgrades to exhibit its full potential. Like, I switched out what I've done to this to make it fieldable, like, at least for me, as I switched out the motor, I put the new hop-up unit in it, and I put a new barrel in it, and a hop-up bucking. I left the gearbox the way it was, except for the bushings, and I shimmed it, but that's, like, bottom level upgrades. Like, I've probably am going to need to do a lot more to get this to the point which I'd like, but overall, it is a good intermediate rifle. However, personally, I would not buy it again. So I hope that this is given you some information on whether this is a good long-term purchase or not. So thank you for watching, and the next video I'll be doing is on my G&G GR16A2. Thanks for watching.